So welcome back in this video of the rise of dictatorship, the fascism and the Nazism. The First World War was a very disastrous war. In the First World War, millions of the people lost their life and many more were wounded. But after the First World War came into end in 1918. 1918 is the year which marked the end of the First World War. After the First World War, the Treaty of Versailles were signed. The Treaty of Versailles took place in 1919. Actually, the Treaty of Versailles took place to maintain peace and to settle the disputes between different powers. But there were many issues which remained unresolved. There were many issues which could not be solved in the Treaty of Versailles. Even some countries remained dissatisfied with the Treaty of Versailles. Among those countries, there were two important countries. These are first Germany, second one Italy. The Germany and Italy, all these two countries were dissatisfied with the Treaty of the Versailles, and a motive of revenge was working in these two countries, the Germany and the Italy. On the one side, the Germany was on the losing side. He was defeated. Germany was dissatisfied with this treaty because the Germany was crippled economically, militarily and ideologically. So Germany was also dissatisfied, and he was trying to take the revenge, and it took the path of the dictatorship under Adolf Hitler. On the other side, the Italy was in the Allied forces side. It is under the Allies side, but still it was in the winning side. The Italy was in the winning side, but still it could not get any kind of advantage after the Treaty of Versailles. After the Treaty of Versailles, Italy had to face huge economic crisis, huge unemployment, lower per capita income, food shortage. So these are the common problems which was faced by both Germany and Italy. In this era of unemployment, poverty, food shortage, dictatorship came into existence in both of the two countries. In Germany, dictatorship came under Adolf Hitler in the form of Nazism. In Italy, dictatorship came under Benito Mussolini in the name of Fascism. These two personalities were mainly responsible for the rise of the Second World War and the rise of the dictatorship. The rise of the dictatorship ultimately paved its own path for the Second World War. We are going to understand in this video the ideology, the causes of the rise of dictatorship, fascism in Italy and Nazism in Germany. So let's go ahead and try to understand each of the ideology in a detailed manner. If we talk about the meaning, what is the meaning of the fascism? Actually, fascism has came from the word fasces. It means the bundle of rods. It is described as a power in one hand. The fascism mainly believes in dictatorship. The fascism mainly believe in dictatorship, one party rule, negation of the democracy. Fascism don't want to see any kind of opposition in its country. It don't want to see any kind of opposition, any kind of opposite party. The fascism believe in one party rule under one dictator, and opposition don't have any ground in a fascist country. It don't want to respect the opinion of the other people. The fascism believe in strong rule under one dictator. So this is the introduction you can write down in your text. So whatever I have said, the fascism believe in the nationalistic, anti-communistic and anti-democratic movement. It hates the democracy, it hates the rights of the people. It don't want to give the right to the people. It always believe in the dictatorship and the one party rule. This is the symbol of fascism. The X, here the X represent the state authority, and the bundle of the rods means the unity. It means all the people, among all the people there should be unity. All the people should be unified under the single state authority. And opposition don't have any ground in fascism. If anybody is opposing the state authority, he don't have any existence. Every people should be unified under the state authority. So this is the idea of fascism. So fascism means the bundle of sticks bound to X to denote the unity and authority. The fascism mainly stands for unity, strength and authority. So this is the definition of the fascism. I hope that it is clear to everyone. Now, causes of the rise of the fascism. What are the main causes? At the beginning, I have said that the Treaty of Versailles was disastrous for Italy. Many of the colonies, or almost all the colonies, like Alsace-Lorraine, the Tsar, it was divided, all the colonies were divided between France, Britain, Denmark, but Italy was not getting anything. Italy could not get any kind of advantage after the Treaty of Versailles. So there was Italy was already dissatisfied with the Treaty of the Versailles. It could not get any kind of advantage after this treaty, and that is why the economy of Italy was crushed because of the food shortage and the economic crisis. So as you can see, the next cause is the economic crisis. Italy was facing huge economic crisis. It was affected by the First World War. The money of Italy was wasted in the war. Italy also faced loss in life, property, trade and commerce. The supply of the food was also badly affected, and the elected government of Italy was unable to solve this common problem, and that is why elected government began to become unpopular day by day. The democratically elected government was very weak, and they could not respond, they could not solve the needs and aspirations of the common people. In fact, the basic needs of the people was also not solved by the politically elected government of Italy. So the people were completely dissatisfied, and they were started thinking for alternative solution to solve their problem. So these are the three main causes of the rise of dictatorship or the rise of fascism in Italy. First one is the discontentment after the Treaty of Versailles. The second one, the economic crisis, and the third one was the political instability. When democratically elected government could not solve the basic needs of the poor people, the people lost their hope on the democratic elected government, and they started protesting to solve their common problem, like the food shortage, the supply chain, the trade and commerce, because all these activities were crushed by the economic crisis. Failure of the League of Nations. The League of Nations also could not help the common people of Italy. The League of Nations, another responsibility of the League of Nations established after the First World War, but League of Nations could not help the poor economic condition of the people of Italy, and that is why it is also another cause of the rise of dictatorship. Italy became hopeless, the people of Italy became hopeless, and they followed the path of the dictatorship. Another one is the leadership provided by Mussolini. Mussolini was a good speaker. He had a charismatic personality. He was able to persuade the people that if he come to power, he would be able to solve all the people. He would be able to solve all people's economic and the social problems. Mussolini was called Deuce, that means the leader. The people had the aspiration and hope that if Mussolini come to power, he will solve the economic and the political problem of our country. The next cause is the class conflict. The class conflict. In those days, there was a conflict between the poor and the rich class. That means the workers and the industrialists. Because of the economic crisis and the shortage of the food grains, the workers were agitating for the higher pay and the higher wages. And the industrialists were unable to follow the demands of the workers because they also had no money. In this situation, the industrialists began to give full support to the fascist party because only the fascism under Mussolini was able to suppress the workers. So the fascism was also supported by the industrialists in the country. Industrialists has given the full support to the fascist party, and the fascist party was able to suppress on one side it was able to suppress the demands of the workers. On the other side, it also improved the economic and political situation of Italy. So these are the main causes which were responsible for the rise of the dictatorship. Gradually, Mussolini was also able to persuade the common people. Black shirts. I hope that the causes are clear to everyone and nobody has any problem to understand the causes of fascism. Now let's move ahead. The black shirts. The supporters of fascism were known as the black shirts. Actually, they had the black uniform, and gradually the people of the fascist party began to be called the black shirts. The black was the official color of fascism. On the other side, the members of the Nazi party were known as the brown shirts because their uniform was brown. So thank you for being with us and watching the video. In the next video, we will discuss about the Nazism, the similarity and the differences between fascism and the Nazism. Thank you.